Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for AAC Light-Heavyweight M1. This is the newest raid encounter made available by patch 7.01 in Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. If you find yourself caught in a game of cat and mouse or getting eviscerated in Duty Finder, allow me to pounce on the opportunity to elevate your knowledge of the fight and help you perfect those clawful party finder strats. My name is Ms. Tech and I'll be your raid guide. Bloody Scratch will deal heavy raid-wide damage, shield and heal as necessary. Throughout the encounter, the boss will begin to cast 1-2 paw, and one arm will begin to glow. This is immediately followed up by the opposite side beginning to glow as well. These attacks are half-room cleave attacks in the same order that the arms began to glow in, and players will need to stand on the opposite side of each incoming attack to avoid getting hit. Black Cat Crossing will form one set of 4 purple marks at the cardinal points around the boss, and then another set of 4 at her intercardinal points. Again, players will need to identify and dodge the first set to spawn before repositioning to dodge the second set of attacks. Biscuit Maker will target the primary target with a heavy-hitting tank buster, cooldown, shield, and heal through the damage. Clawful will target a player for stack up, and the group will have to stand together to share the incoming damage. The boss will jump to the center and begin to cast Mouser. During this cast, all players will have to carefully pay attention to which tiles flash red and how many times. These flashes indicate attacks that the boss will soon deal to each tile, and since each tile is made of glass, 2 hits will completely break the tile, causing it to shatter and killing anyone caught on top of it. An easy way to avoid this is to focus only on the middle 4 tiles during the cast. Pay attention to which tiles are only targeted once, and stand there until the barrage of attacks is complete. The boss will then form 2 fresh tiles, giving players more room to deal with the incoming mechanic. Elevate and Eviscerate will target a random player, sending them flying into the air with enough force to crack a tile when they land. Since they don't want to land on an already cracked tile, or worse, on no tile at all, players will need to position themselves at the appropriate angle to the boss in order to land on an uncracked tile. As you move around, the giant marker behind you will very obviously tell you if the tile you're aiming for is safe or not. Red is bad and green is good. The boss will target 4 players with this attack before moving back to the center. Shockwave will knock back all players from the boss, and players will have to use a knockback immunity or pre-position around the boss to avoid getting knocked off of the available tiles. After another AoE blast, the platform will return to normal. Predacious Pounce will have multiple large circle markers and footprints appear over the platform in succession. Players will either have to find a section of the platform not affected by any of these markers to stand in, or carefully memorize the order of attacks and move into the safe areas as they open up after each attack resolves. Getting hit will apply a heavy hitting damage over time debuff, so be careful to avoid getting hit by multiple attacks. Immediately after, all players will be targeted with these circle markers, and they'll need to spread apart to avoid overlap. Eventually, the boss will begin to add leaps to her regular mechanics, tethering to a marker somewhere on the platform while telegraphing the usual attacks you're familiar with. These basic mechanics remain the same, however, right before the cast completes, the boss will leap to the tethered marker. Players will need to adjust for each attack in this new position to avoid getting hit. During the next Mouser/broken tile mini phase, the boss will cast Copycat, spawning an ad on the north edge of the platform. This ad will target multiple players in a row for Elevate and Eviscerate, which will be handled in the exact same manner as before. During this time, the boss will target another random player with Overshadow. All available players will need to line up with this player to share the incoming damage. Careful not to overlap with the players being targeted by the tile attack, as both attacks occur at the same time. All of these mechanics will repeat until the boss is down. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Up next, we'll face off against AAC Light-Heavyweight M2. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.